Here we go, it is party time. The NBA has joined the #1 fantasy sports platform in the world. Today, Year 1 edition NBA NFTs are rolling out on Sorare Global Fantasy Sports. And as all you NBA fans from around the world are looking at all these announcements and thinking, what is Sorare? I've never heard of this. Sorare is one of these platforms that can be very easily overcomplicated with a lot of the things that make it so special and so unique. But everything is really grounded in very basic principles around the sport in question, whether it be basketball, football, baseball, whatever. In the video today, with my professional experience, insight, and knowledge, I'm going to break it all down so it's nice and simple and digestible, so you can see very easily how this game works, why it's so fun, why everyone goes mad for it, and how you can get involved. The content I've made over the last 2 years has helped thousands of people on Sorare. Sorare themselves are huge fans of the content, and they give me a special link. That link, when you click it and sign up directly, you're going to get a free card. You can keep it, you can sell it, you can do whatever you want with it. To get the free card, you need to buy 5 from the market. They could cost 1 pence, 1 cent, $1, $100, $1,000. They could cost absolutely anything. But once you've bought 5, you'll get 1 for nothing. And I say all the cards, you can keep them, you can sell them, you can do whatever you want with it. It's the way everyone signs up. It's the best way to sign up. And if you sign up without using that link, everyone else is going to have 1 more card than you do. At any point in the video today, if you do laugh, you learn, you like something or whatever, please do like the video, leave a wee comment below, let me know your player, who would be the first NBA player you would pick up, and let's get stuck into it. Now, as soon as you open your account, you'll get a raft of common cards. Now, the common cards are not NFTs. You can't sell them or anything like that. But they're free cards, and they get you playing the game straight away. You can play lots of different divisions, so you can just keep playing for free. And you can just keep getting free common cards. And you can play the game as a free-to-play fantasy sport game in that sense. Even in the common division here, there is prize pools to win 1,000 limited cards. Limiteds are NFTs. You can sell them. You can do whatever you want with them. So even with the free cards, without spending a penny, if you really know your stuff and you collect a good amount of limited cards, you can be into actually be winning real cards that are sellable in the marketplace without any real outlay. Now, that will take a lot of skill, a lot of time, and a lot of patience, but there's plenty of people that play Sorare and really maximize that ROI side of thing, play with very cheap or free cards and try and pull out little bits and pieces and evolve your club organically that way. The competition itself is 5-a-side, so you pick 5 players from across the entire NBA division, and the way it works is each competition has a specific points cap. This will be the maximum number of points in a lineup. The points cap is based on their form over their last 10 matches, so you can see here Paul George has an average score of over 45. Now, when you're picking your 5-a-side, one of the players will be an MVP, and their score doesn't actually contribute to the points cap. So you can have a power player in here and they don't influence anything, but it's the remaining 4 spots is where you're going to need to be cute and clever with who's on good form, whose form is misleading, and all that other kind of fantasy sports stuff. Who's got a good fixture that their form doesn't really equate into it. And then when we're actually watching NBA basketball games, this is how the players will score points. It's all very simple and all very basic. You get a point for a point. You get 1.2 points for a rebound, 1.5 points for an assist, 2 points for a block, 3 for a steal. You will lose 2 points for a turnover of possession. Made 3-point FG gets you a point as well. A double-double and a triple-double. Now, what the double-doubles and the triple-doubles are is when you start to stack up these statistics into, you've done 2 blocks and 3 steals, that would be a double-double. If you then got to 3 blocks and 3 steals, that would then be a triple-double. And those points then add on top of all the individual statistic for the steal and for the block itself. The game weeks run between Monday and Thursday and Friday and Sunday, and the game weeks open and close when matches start and finish. Pretty straightforward. You set your team on a Monday, set your team on a Friday at the very latest, or Sunday night and a Thursday night. It's kind of how I do it in football. Now, when you go into the market itself, there's 5 different colours of cards. You're not going to see the commons in here, the kind of grey-white ones, because they say they're not NFTs. You can't sell them, you can't trade them or anything. The limiteds are out of 5,000. So what that means is every single player is going to get 5,000 as a maximum of these cards every season. And the rares, the red ones, they're going to get 1,000 issues per player per season as a maximum. And for the super rares, it is out of 100. And then on top of that, there's another card scarcity called a unique, and there's only one of them per player per season. These different scarcities of cards have got different multipliers on the score that the player will actually make, and they can play a huge difference into the divisions you're playing. For example, you might have a super rare card, maybe averages about 40, 35 points, but because they get a minimum 25% multiplier, he might actually be just as strong It's a rare card that would do 50, 55 points or something. So there's extra level of strategy that comes into the cards that you're going to play in fantasy sports, in fantasy basketball, as well as the collector element of it. Because some of these guys, if there's 1,000 issues of them, that won't be worth very much as time goes on. Super rares and uniques will probably hold their value a little bit better. And as we know from the sports world, collectible cards are one of these things that a lot of sports fans love to get a piece of the action of. They love to get their favourite players, the guy that won you the title winning game, whatever it might be. And the scarcer it is, the less in circulation that there is, generally speaking, the more valuable they become. The more valuable cards also can then go into the more valuable tournaments that can win even better and bigger prizes and cards. Like I mentioned earlier, every one of those cards has a maximum number of cards that will be issued per season. Around 50 to 60% of them are sold on public auction. The other 40, 50% are saved for rewards. So of all those cards, only some of them are available to buy, and some of them you have to win them if you want to get them. Other prizes include things like tickets, signed jerseys, experiences. There's lots of other stuff that goes around it. But the cards themselves are actual NFTs, blockchain items. Now, you don't need to know anything about crypto. There's nothing scammy or scary about it. It just means that these cards, your LeBron James Limited, it's provable that it's a genuine NBA LeBron James card. On the blockchain, because it's an NFT, you can see when it was made, who's owned it, where it's been. You can see everything about it. If you've ever bought a sports card on NBA, or if you've ever bought any sports memorabilia, the first thing you're always worried about is authenticity. You know, in the digital world, that's never been available until NFT technology. Sorare is the only company that is actually using NFT technology, in my opinion, for its best use, and that is to give digital assets into the ownership of fans, of players, of games. You know, the stuff you unlock, the stuff you achieve, you can actually own it. And in this setting, in fantasy sports, you keep your cards every year. If you buy a LeBron James today, you can have him for his whole career. That card, you don't need to buy a new one. You don't need to do anything to it. You own it forever. If you pick up a rookie today, you can run them for their whole career, and they'll level up. They get XP in the game as well, like other kind of MMO games or whatever. But believe me when I say I've been playing this for the last 2 years, and I am continually amazed by the developments and the boundaries that Sorare are pushing and the new ground that they're breaking every week and every month, with new sports and new clubs across the world joining what will become the future of fantasy sports and the future sports social media kind of outlet, if you like. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Let me know your comments down below. Like, subscribe, share, retweet, all the good stuff, guys. Stay out of trouble. See you soon.